To our incredible YMC community, to our beloved Talmidim, to our Rebbeim, to our teachers, to our parents, I want to take the opportunity to wish everyone a Gemar Chasima Tova. In Avinu Malkeinu, we recite Avinu Malkeinu Hachzirenu b'tshuva shleima lefanecha. Our Father, our King, return us in complete tshuva to you. In the Baal HaTanya, Rav Shneur Zalman Aviadi asks a simple question. He says, how can we ask Hashem to return us in tshuva? After all, at the end of the day, like the Gemara says, Hakol b'yedei Hashem chutz mi'er shamayim. Everything is in the hands of heaven, except fear of heaven itself, meaning Hashem controls everything. But at the end of the day, your ruchnios, your spiritual metal, your spiritual identity, that is yours and yours alone. So how could it be that I'm asking Hashem to return me back to Him in tshuva? After all, isn't that my own decision to make? And the Baal HaTanya says something so beautiful, so dramatic, and so incredible. The Baal HaTanya says, we often make a mistake, and we think that when we sin, we distance ourselves from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Before I sinned, I was close to Hashem. Now that I sinned, I'm distant from Hashem. And the Baal HaTanya says that's impossible, because if we believe, which we do, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu occupies every inch of space in the universe, it means there's no way to get away from Him. There's no way to be physically or emotionally or spiritually distant from Him. If He's everywhere, then by definition, I must be connected to Him in some way. So the Baal HaTanya says, so what happens when we do sin? And the Rebbe says so beautifully, when a Jew commits an Aveira, essentially, I turn my back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And after enough time of me turning my back to Him, He turns His back to me. And the Baal HaTanya says something so beautiful. If you could imagine for just a moment, two people standing back to back. Imagine Reuven and Shimon are standing back to back. They are literally right next to each other, but they don't see each other because they're not facing one another. So if you ask Reuven, where's Shimon? He'll be like, no idea. Shimon, where's Reuven? Absolutely no idea. But the irony of ironies is that they're literally next to each other. They're literally standing back to back, shoulder to shoulder, but they can't see each other. Says the Baal HaTanya, that's what happens when we sin. Unfortunately, inevitably, when we sin, we end up turning our back on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And just over time, Hashem says to us, well, if you're going to turn your back on me, then I'm going to turn away also. Like in any relationship, no one wants to get perpetually hurt or offended or ignored in a relationship. So Hashem says, if you're going to turn away from me, turn your back to me, I'll turn my back to you, but I'm right next to you. Even when I have my back turned to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and He has His back turned to me as a result, we're still standing literally right next to each other. There's never a distance. The Baal HaTanya says, what's tshuva? Tshuva is the act where we simply turn around and face Hashem. Tshuva is the act where I find the courage to stop giving God my back, and instead, as the Baal HaTanya says, I desire and I yearn to live panim el panim, face to face. That's the act of tshuva. What does it mean to return to Hashem? To return means to turn around, to turn and face Him. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I don't want you to see my back anymore. I want you to see my face. The act of tshuva is when I find the courage to turn around and face my loving Father. And the most incredible thing is that when we turn around to face Him, He is there smiling at us. He is there emoting a tremendous sense of love, acceptance, and forgiveness to us. All He requires of us is to find the courage to turn around and to face Him. It says the Baal HaTanya, that's the pshat. Avinu Malkeinu, Hachzirenu b'tshuva shleima lefanecha. I'm not asking Hashem to help me do tshuva. Tshuva's up to me. What I'm asking Hashem is, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I just want to know that Hachzirenu b'tshuva shleima lefanecha. When I do tshuva, I just want to know that when I turn around to face You, that I will see You smiling back. That I'll feel Your love, that I'll feel Your embrace, that I'll feel Your acceptance, that I'll feel Your forgiveness. That, says the Baal HaTanya, is tshuva. And that, says the Baal HaTanya, is Yom Kippur. So dear friends, to our precious Talmidim, it is such a great zuchos to have you in our yeshiva, and such a great zuchos, Baruch Hashem, to see you grow and develop as B'nai Torah in your own way, on your own path, at your own pace, and in your own trajectory, but to see that growth each and every day. To our dedicated Rebbeim, thank you for instilling our children with a tremendous, our Talmidim, I shouldn't say children, our young men, with a tremendous love of Torah, a love of Yiddishkeit, a love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and a love of Am Yisrael. To our general studies teachers, thank you for making knowledge come alive. And thank you for making our boys see that knowledge is relevant, and that all knowledge can be used as a conduit and a bridge towards a greater connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and appreciation of all that Hashem has created. To our parents, to our parental partners, first of all, thank you for entrusting us with your sons. It is the greatest vote of confidence that you send your boys to school each and every day, because you believe in our ability to partner with you in helping them to become the best version of themselves. We appreciate your partnership. It has been such a great zechus for all of us to get to know our parent body and to forge a meaningful relationship with our parent body. And we thank you for this beautiful and incredible partnership. To our dedicated administrators, to Rabbi Grossberg, to Rabbi Atkin, to Mrs. Fialkov, to Mrs. Kronthal, to thank you to everyone who just helps with selfless dedication to make the school run, to make the yeshiva run. Thank you to our board of directors, to our chairman of the board, Mr. Jason Reitberger, to all of the board members who really live and breathe YMC. We cannot be doing all of this without you. We've had, Baruch Hashem, tremendous siyata d'shmaya, tremendous divine providence and assistance, and together we will continue, Emirat Hashem, to accomplish beautiful, incredible, and holy things. But most of all, in this season of tshuva, and in this season of forgiveness, may we be zocha. Avinu Malkeinu hachzirenu b'tshuva shleima lefanecha. May we be zocha, Emirat Hashem, to find the courage to turn around and face our Creator. Not face our Creator in a negative way, but turn back around and look face to face, panim al panim to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because one thing is for sure, we will see His beaming, loving countenance facing back. May we zocha to turn towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to turn back towards one another, to turn towards our people, to figure out what we could do for our community and for our nation. And may we be zocha together with all of Am Yisrael for a Gemar Chasima Tova. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu seal us in the book of life, together with our families, our community, and for all of Am Yisrael. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu grant us a year of Bisoros Tovos, a year in which we see the return of our hostages, a year in which our holy soldiers are successful, B'chol Ma'aseh Yedehem, a year of Shalom for Am Yisrael, for Eretz Yisrael, and Emirat Hashem for all humanity. Wishing everyone a Gemar Chasima Tova and a beautiful and uplifting Yom Kippur.